Hello Flosstube fam, it's the Daceman here. I am back with my November stitching update. I can assure you I do have a whip pile bigger than the size of my head. We're just gonna get into the top down and have a little look at what we've got this month. I have got quite a lot of whips actually. Like I say that it's the size of my head, I ain't kidding. We are starting off with our usual suspects, however. We have Eeveelutions Possibilities Rainbow. There we go. So when you last saw this, I'd already worked on it a little bit. But I'm filming really early on in the month this time, so I haven't touched it yet this month. We went from 83.5% when you last saw it to 84.5% now. So I've added 1% since you last saw it. So essentially we've added about 5 grid blocks worth of stitch in here. Well, maybe more like 4 actually. I always forget this is a page plus, so the page will go to the 8th grid, and then there's also a little part page on the end here. So I'm doing the whole column just in one go, so I'm calling it like a page plus. Therefore, you know, it's not quite 5 whole grid lines to do 4,000 stitches. It's more like 4. So I've probably done this slice here. Got a little bit of blue in Sylvian there, but mostly this was 3865. Honestly, mostly all I've worked on this month. It felt like 3865 forever, and then all these really pale pinks, which you all know I'm not the biggest fan of, but we're getting through it. It looks like this month we will finally say goodbye to Sylvian, and next time you see it, there should be a little bit of Umbrian as well coming on in on this column. So I'm looking forward to this month stitching on this, which I will be starting today. So yeah, good luck me. I'm sure I won't need it. I'll get through it. I've got through it every month so far. I'll get through it some more. Speaking of months, we are on the countdown now. This will be finished in October 2025. The final column, and then eventually the last bit I'm going to stitch is Eevee's face. So I know it seems like a long time away, October, but in stitching time, that's not very long. So we are on the countdown with that. Next up is our second usual suspect, if you will. A Meeting of Tangled Paths, artwork by Puiman Law. What did I do? I finished this page off, but there was only like a tiny little bit of stitching left at the bottom to do. So most of my work this month has been here. You can see like there's a good like squared off part page that I've done here. I went from 27.5% to 28.75%, and with that trajectory carrying on, plus 1.25% per month, we're looking at 30% by the end of this month and the end of the year. So I think this month I will probably find myself almost finishing this page, but I might just sneak in a few extra stitches and finish this page because it's a bit... there will be like so few stitches left to do here. It will just be like where I'm feathering onto the next page essentially. So I am looking at getting this page finished this month. Annoyingly, there's a part page here, and it was more than half a page, so I didn't really want to do it as I went, so that'll have to wait till January, I'm afraid. But for now, I'm happy with this. Good progress. The colours are working up really nice. The paint styles coming across really nicely, and while it's cute snapped up here, you can see a little knot in the wood there, which is cute. Little bit of detail. Again, we're going to be stuck in background for a really long time on this piece. The next time we see any details, probably going to be when we come back to this page over here, which is going to be a while. So watercolor background forever it is. Speaking of Puiman Law and our usual suspects, our third kind of full coverage big gold project, we've got Raven God. Raven God came across real nice this month. I didn't actually mind doing it this month, which is good. I worked entirely in this area here, so added a good 4,500 stitches to it as I do every month. Go from 44 to 48%. I've not quite reached this bottom corner yet. I believe the bottom corner's a couple of grids down from where I finished stitching there, so there's another grid or two to get working in there before I can say I'm at the bottom of this project. But I was quite happy to do this. I got a little bit of the detail in the wood done there. Most of it was just background, so it was fairly easy stitching after I got out of this confetti area here. Again, I'm tent stitching this one. Don't love tent stitch. Wish I'd done full cross, but we are 48% of the way through now, and we'll be at 52% by the end of next month. I know where I'm going to work next month. I think I'm feeling coming back up here, honestly. Like, I've spent some time in the middle, spent some time down here. Time to go up to the top right hand corner and carry on up there a little bit, I think. But yeah, overall, it's coming together. We're nearly halfway. And we'll be over halfway next time you see it. Oh yes. So, those were the big monthly projects. What else did we get up to? We did WhipGo. So WhipGo calls this month were Atlantis and Saga. So we'll start with Atlantis. I didn't put Raven God's picture up. Yeah, there it is. Atlantis. So this is a triptych by Forest Embroidery. I'm doing it all as one big piece, as the cover art suggests. Okay, what did we do? So we've already worked along the first two panels. We can ignore those. We worked on the third panel this month. All of the little details. So the octopus was done. I've done everything else on this page, essentially. So the swirly whirly bits, little bubbles. We got some starfish, an actual fish. Whatever that is. Possibly the bottom underside of a jellyfish. Maybe something floral. Who knows? Forest might know. I'm not going to ask them though. We'll just keep it a mystery, it's fine. We got a little structure here with a vase, and started working on this structure down here, little sand castle. So this one has got so little to go now. We've basically got, we've got like a little thing of flowers to do here, and like the big building, and a couple of little bits around it. Honestly, I will probably finish this quite early next year, just to get it done now, because there's really not a lot left. And as much as I've been trying to like make this last, because I don't have that many Owl Forest thread packs and kits, I think it's time to finish it up now. It's one of my oldest whips. I'll be happy to see it done, I think. But yeah, that was our WhipGo project number 1. Next up, we got Saga out for a couple of Wednesdays by Long Dog Samplers. And I'm quite happy with the progress we made this time, because we added a whole other arch to it. So this project is essentially rows of arches getting bigger and bigger. So the top row of arches, they're quite small. They are bite-sized. You can kind of whack one out in a day or two, depending on how committed you are to the arch. But yeah, we got this whole extra arch sorted on this one. So we got a bunch of little birds, which I think just look like they've kind of malformed during a dodgy breeding program or something. Like the way that Sulky has worked on this, the colours of these birds, they don't look right, but they're cute. I'll give them a pass, and they're all sat on little buildings. I like these. These buildings are really nice. I like these kind of outline with the windows and doors style with buildings. Yeah, I just had a nice time stitching it. I'm stitching this one in a sulky thread on 25 count even weave that I dyed bright yellow myself. It's also opalescent. I promise it does sparkle. It doesn't really show. Oh, there we go. Sparkle. And the colours in the thread are quite deep jewel tones. It's just a fun one. I have a lot of fun. I stitch this really fast because my hand just wants to go fast when I'm working on it. I don't know. It's a good project. I like it. And that is not the end for our long dogs this month. Let me tell you that for free. Alright, what else do we have? We have Epic Pokemon Gen 3. Bonk. There we go. Progress. So this came up for a full coverage Friday. What did I get to? So Epic Pokemon went from 3.4 to 4.87%. Ooh, Saga went at 5.57 to 7.22%. So I added more than 1% to this. I got it out for a full coverage Friday, and what did we do? I think we worked kind of on Latias and maybe a little bit of the Deoxys, maybe? Or was it mostly the... I don't know. Well, we worked around here, I think, and then I spent a little bit of time in my own time just filling up some of the background, because there's a lot of this blue and purple stuff going on in this top left-hand corner. As we get further into Pokemon, there will be less background to deal with, but for now, it felt like I should just tackle that and have that first kind of section done with and dealt with, so I can move on without feeling guilty about leaving a load of background behind. So I'm actually stitching this on an 18 count Ada, which I think really suits pixel art. I really like pixel art on 18 count Ada. I think it makes the crosses nice and square, and they're nice and thick and full. Pixel art doesn't tend to have little gaps in it, so I think that does look quite apt for the style of art. But yeah, there we go. I think next time I work on this, I'll probably move along to this Deoxys here, and well, we'll see. We'll see when it comes up. So next for full coverage Friday, Octopus came out again. We haven't seen it for so long, and it's got the pod phenomenon where it just comes out every month all of a sudden. So, the Octopus and his massive feather, which was 11% of this pattern, by the way, it's over. The feather is done. I've put every single stitch into the feather. We're working on the Octopus now. I got the Octopus eye in, and well, some of it. I was just so glad. The stitching experience is now completely different. With this feather, the confetti was sometimes in little chunks, and you'd have to like stop and start threads or carry threads a long distance. Here, not so much. There's only about, is there 16 colours in this one? There's not that many colours in it, so any colour you choose when you highlight it on Pattern Keeper is just like, you can go off. You can just finish your thread, and I've really enjoyed the stitching experience now that I'm at the actual Octopus. So I look forward to seeing this again in the future. We got it from 11.33 to 12.28%. So only a small little addition, but it feels a lot better now. I'm looking forward to this going forward, but who knows when we will see it again. It'll appear when it appears. But that was Octopus. Next up for full coverage Friday, we have got Book Dragon. So Book Dragon came up for another session, and once again, we've barely begun it. Yep. That's all I've got for you folks on this one. So we had one session on it. We took it from 1.51 to exactly 2%. 2%, just 98% to go. We're going to be stuck in the blues for a little while yet, going into kind of like whites and off-white blues. We might see some wing on the next page. I think the next page is when the wing's going to start coming in, but for now we are going to be stuck in blue, and it's okay because the actual stitching is quite nice. Again, you start a thread, you can finish it. There's not a lot of confetti, and you know, there's some detail, there's some little stars, it's something. But yeah, not much to say about that one, as always. It comes up when it comes up, and we will see it some other time. For now, we've got our bonus stitching for the month. Okay, so We're going to start with the tiny long dog. That's everyone's favourite tiny long dog. We have got... Oh no, don't show that one yet. We have got Sansui. Sansui has grown a little bit since you last saw it, actually. We have added nearly 4% to this month. It's now at 72.82%, so we're getting towards 3/4 done. We worked almost entirely down here, though. We added lots to this symmetrical bits of pattern here. We've added... I feel like we added some stuff here, maybe... I don't even remember, but we've got a little squirrel here. Trust me, it's a squirrel. We're working towards it. There's some trees around here that are going to start building up. The initials go there. There's a little bit more. There's like a big old deer here. We'll see where we get to this month. I think I will probably work up this bit, work up that bit, and then come back over here a little. But we'll see. We're coming towards the last quarter of this now, so I'm looking forward to... I can see it becoming complete, so I'm enjoying that. I like that it looks more like a project that's coming to an end rather than one that's just begun and is going to take 4 years to complete. But yeah, remember, the viewers on Twitch stitch this, so come along and redeem your 30 tiny stitches up to 3 times per stream. I will stitch 30 stitches onto this. So we add up to 90 stitches per stream. And I think we figured out, if everyone redeems their 30 stitches, if I get the 3 every single stream, we could have this done around August next year. And I could fill in the square on the elephant with the date. So we'll see. We'll see. But speaking of Twitch and viewer rewards and other long dogs, I've started Indiscretion, another peccadillo. So this one's interesting. This one's fun. So my paid subscribers, the people who pay money to support me, get ad-free viewing and my emotes, they get to choose now 1 DMC per subscription, and they can add 30 stitches to what I'm proclaiming as to be the world's ugliest long dog. So here we are. So far, we held a special stream where I let everyone who was already subscribed add their 30 stitches, choose their colour. And this is as far as we've got. We're nearly 10% done already. So this is going to grow very, very slowly over time. It just got a little head start. And gift subs also got 20 stitches, which is why some of the colours, there's only 20 stitches, some of them have 30. And oh my days, some people really understood the assignment. We've got like 731. I think there's a 833 in there somewhere. Oh, it's ugly. Oh, it's so gross. It's an abomination. It's an absolute freak of nature, this long dog. But it's been very fun. I really enjoyed working on it, and I know it was a really good idea, and I'm really glad I went forward with it. So Indiscretion, 9.57%, yeah, nearly 10% done. There is one colour missing, and that's because I didn't have it. And typically, if I don't have the DMC, I just say choose another one. But this was a good friend, and I really like the idea of putting the colour in there, so I am going to go and buy the DMC just for this one. But that's why there's a gap. Don't mind that. We'll fill that in. And we'll see how that progresses over time. I think it's going to be a real hoot. I really enjoyed working on that. I thought that was really fun. Okay, where did we get up to next? Okay, now I need to tell some stories. Okay. So, I went to the Stitchy Ferret's Stitchy Day Out in Nottingham, and, well, I was the king of public transport that day. I grabbed a bus just before it was going to leave, and I had like 6 minutes to get to the train when I got to the city, and trust me, that shortened down to 4 minutes on my journey. And the panic, and I jumped on the train as the doors closed. I was on top of the world, traveling to the Stitchy day out in Nottingham. I was like, I can't believe I've just done that on 3 hours sleep as well. I was pretty proud of myself. I turned up. I set myself down. I went in my bag, and next thing I know, funny story is, anyone got a spare project? I'd left my project at home. For all my rushing around and 3 hours sleep, it just escaped me to put the project into the bag. So everyone, like, there was this really wholesome moment. Everyone just like went into their bags, and they were like picking out all their little spare kits. Like, there's gotta be something. Oh, we're gonna have something for you. Well, between us, some of us have fabric, some of us have threads. Like, we'll get you something. We'll figure something out. Now, there's a D-stash table. Go check the D-stash table. And I did, and I chose a little Eeyore at first. I was like, I don't really like Eeyore, but like, I know someone who does, so like, I'll just stitch it and give it to them, I guess, and it will be a funny story. And I sat down, and that didn't have a chart with it, so I was like, I can go back to the D-stash table. What else we got? What else we got? And there was a Dumbo. I was like, I've got a friend who loves Dumbo. I'll do the Dumbo. So I did the Dumbo. It's not really. I'll never put someone down for their choice of cross stitch. If you love this style of cross stitch, power to your friend, because I don't know how you do it. This was, oh my days, like the French knots, the back stitch, the 5,000 stitches in one color. Man, like, it's not the one for me. I don't enjoy it very much. I also don't know Disney very well. I've never seen the film Dumbo. So yeah, I stitched to Dumbo, finished it. I got it home and I finished it. So that'll go into some sort of jerry-rigged frame, and I'll send that to my friend, and he'll be happy. And it's a funny story. It's a good story. You know what? It was very much about being there with the other people, having so much to talk about, and I'm sure, like, I sat down and someone came in and was like, "Oh my god, hi Dace." I'm like, "Who are you and how do you know me?" Like, and I was sat next to someone else who had a load of snakes and other inverts. I was like, "Oh, I've got snakes and inverts." So, we got on. I had a great day. It was a really, really lovely day, and I will definitely try to get to more in future. But next time, I will remember my project. I'm being held to it. I'm being held to. You will remember your project next time. Yes, I think I've learnt my lesson. Thank you. It was so cool. They were like, I was in the same room as one of my longest standing viewers and didn't even know it. Like, they came into my chat and was like, "I thought I saw you there." I was like, I didn't know it was you. So it was a very interesting day. And I'd love to do it again, definitely. But next time, I'll stitch something a bit more me than a Dumbo. He's cute. I don't hate it. I actually enjoyed it in some ways, because it's not something I'd usually stitch, and I do like doing things that are a bit different every now and then. And if that means going back to like basic magazine style cross stitch, then it's an experience and I don't regret it. And here we are with a Dumbo. Now, what I was meant to take with me was my Beaded project. Believe it or not, it's one of my more portable projects, because all the beads are in one bag, it's one thread, So when I got home, I did stitch on it out of pure spite. I stitched my beaded modern folk embroidery out of pure spite. There we go. So I actually got this from 4% to 9.14% during the course of the month. And yeah, I could have got so much done on this at the Stitchy day out, but instead I got home that night, and despite being kind of tired, I didn't feel like I was gonna fall asleep when I hit the bed, so I just went, I'm getting this out. I'm gonna work on it until I can't keep my eyes open anymore. So I made up some progress on it. I also got some purple beads. I think last time you saw this, I didn't have any purple beads, so we have purple now. The black ones are not silver lined, and either of the grey ones. They're silver lined, but they're kind of semi-matte. But yeah, added the birds, the purple, got an ace flag now, got a little non-binary flag. Just need to finish off this bird. I don't know where I'll go next. I want to put this on the scroll frame, probably in January, and start working on it on the scroll frame. But for now, I think it's looking pretty good. I enjoy it. I enjoy looking at it, even though it fills me with rage when I look at it, because I forgot it that one time, and now that's all I'm ever gonna remember it for. But yeah, we've got some more beads on the Beaded project, so I know you all like to see that. How about a little bit more flash? Woo. Woo. Okay, that's enough of that. My final project, it's another super small. One of my viewers redeemed a Stitch Me Something where they can choose a small pattern for me to stitch, put in a hoop and send to them, and I finished the stitching. There we go. I cannot remember for tourmaline patterns, I think, on Etsy. Camera's not enjoying that, is it? Ooh. The sun is not on our side today. I mean, it never is, but it's usually too bright, whereas today it's non-existent. So unfortunately the colours are not quite coming through. However, we've got some... Oh, do you know what? Actually, it's not that far off. So we got a little chicken. Don't test me, bitch. Or... When the viewer sent me this, I was like, I am stitching that immediately, let's go. And I finished it last night real quick. So yeah, that's the last thing I have to show you that I've stitched this month. Hopefully the viewer will be happy with that. It's a bit silly, but I like it. I mean, the pattern was their choice, and I'm really glad that that was the choice they made, because it's adorable. I will obviously link that below with other stuff as well. I thought I'd throw in a little finish feature this month. This time I'm just getting out the Peppermint Purple Stitch Along 2021. So I quite like black work. My camera does not like sparkly fabric. It's a lot of things to process, and it may glitch a little bit. You might get some artifacts on the screen. But here is the Peppermint Purple 2021 Stitch Along. I don't know which way it's supposed to be orientated. Maybe that way. Probably that way. So this is a blackwork sampler, and every month we got a box. Every week we got a box. Some of the boxes are large rectangles, some of them are just little squares. I don't know what Peppermint Purple Stitch Along's up to these days, but back then this was kind of the format, and it was good because you got to test out lots of different samples of blackwork, lots of different patterns. I think the Steady Thread have a sampler one similar to this as well. Yeah, oh, there you go, look, camera doesn't like all the sparkle. Yeah, effectively, I stitched this up, I think with the Absinthe by Weeks Dye Works and Red, Orange and Yellow Threadworks on Chromatic Alchemy fabric. Unfortunately, Chromatic Alchemy have stopped dyeing fabric. But I think this is Nox, and I do have another sheet of it for another project. But yeah, that was that. Just a little finish that I did, so I could show you something from my past. Nothing too special, but I enjoyed doing that. I remember I streamed that every Wednesday at the time. And everyone came along for the rides. That was cute. Alright. Finally, before the sun fully sets on us, we should have a little look at this finish parade. So, people who have contributed to the finish parade, they will have a social link below if they so choose to post one in here. Do check them out. It's nice to drop a follow if you can. So what have we got in here? Okay, Adiko is starting us off with Lovable Bears, Spring Flowers, Daffodil Bear by DMC. So this is super cute. This was a little kit. Lots of confetti in the bear. Pretty yellow flowers. Daffodils. A super cute little finish. Reminds me of a lot of stuff from my childhood. It's very cute. Nonanara has completed Wisdom and Mystery from someone's name who I'm not going to butcher. I don't feel good butchering names. So we've got 14 count Ada, and there's some backstitch and French knots. There's some French knots, I'll tell you that. So this is stunning. We watched this getting, I said built up, stitched up for a really long time. We was watching it sort of day by day growing, and we got to see all these French knots working up slowly over time. But it's absolutely beautiful. I do own this pattern. I will never stitch it though. It's too much. I could never. So I'm glad someone got to do it and I got to watch. I really, really, really liked seeing that. It's a gorgeous raven. Crow coming in with Midwinter Mushgloom by Noctiflora Designs. Finished it. Look at that. We were watching this for a little while, and then suddenly it was done. Boop. I love this. It's so cute. Little Cyclops mushroom. Yeah, I really like this piece. I will probably try to find some Noctiflora designs for myself next year. Ooh, B is showing some crochet off. Is this a crochet dragon? That's incredible. Candy cane dragon. That is so cool. Look at that. Oh man, I don't have it in me to crochet like amigurumi and stuff. I'm not a big fan of doing it myself, but that is so cute. I love that. Okay. We got some bobbin lace. So I didn't bring any lace to show you, so I'm gonna have to show you this instead. So we've got two big square panels of lace, and eventually there are going to be, I think, 18 of these, and they're going to make a full net curtain. So that's quite cool. That's a lot of work as a fellow lace maker. Big respect for that much work. And to have to do the same pattern so many times, I could never. I say I could never. Never mind. Okay, so Nonara got another finish this month with a Realist kit. It's kind of black work, quite long black work stitches. But I love this. I love how bright the colours are on the dark fabric. I think it kind of pops out and looks really neon. So that's a really cute finish. I really like that one. I love this dragonfly. But yeah, the colours of the thread for this, like that makes it for me. I like that. I like those colours a lot. Adiko has gone on a goose crochet adventure made with just single crochets. He's kind of created a goose. I can hear it honking. I can hear it honking from here. I love this. I think it's ever so cute. And for someone who hasn't crocheted very much, this is quite impressive. It's an impressive, like, early crochet project. So cute. He honk. Okay, where are we at? Crow has Got Them Orbs by Modern Folk Embroidery. Cottage Garden Threads, Witchy Night. I love Modern Folk... I love Modern Folk Embroidery, and Got Them Orbs is quite a popular pattern from his Dark Crosses series. I really love this. This is adorable. I love alt art, and I love cross stitch, so when they come together, it makes me very happy. I don't got the orbs when I see that, not gonna lie. Whoa, okay. Connie has finished Botanical Garden by Mirabilia. Backstitch and beads, everything. We were watching this getting stitched up for a while too. Oh my days. It's stunning. And there's a low-flying plane just to come and, you know, enjoy it with us. God bless the RAF. Okay. We'll just ignore that sound. Look at that. That is a wild finish. And what we have here... Ooh, Needle in the Hay is finishing us off. Oh my... oh, hang on. That's cross-stitched. Oh, I thought it was like a little amigurumi when I first saw... Okay. 36 count. Yeah, okay. No, this is cross-stitch. So, Nettle from the Animal Crackers collection by Stacey Nash. On a 36 count VCM. We changed the dress to include a bat and skulls. Gave it little Doc Marten boots. That is adorable. That is so cute. And I love that Needle in the Hay always takes really cute creative set photos as well. Little bird in the background. Oh, I love that. That's incredible. And I love the use of the variegated thread for the clothing there. And the little bat. The little bat is a very cute little feature. I like that. So, thank you everyone who joined in on the finish parade. I really appreciated all of your contributions. That was a good one. I like that. Otherwise, for me, my plans this month are to continue in the same way I always stitch. We're going to be doing the Eeveelutions, Tangled Paths, Raven God. I didn't join in on the community craft along this month. Dynamite was hosting the Celestial craft along. We were doing things to do with space, celestial bodies, angels, anything that could be related to celestial things, but I didn't have a whip to contribute. So next month we are doing a friendship themed community craft along, and Master Bandit is hosting that. So I'm going to be working on Polar Mandala for that, because a friend of mine gifted me the bead pack. So expect to see some Polar Mandala next month, and some Whipgo. Ooh, Whipgo is actually Polar Mandala and Sarah Clark, so you'll see those. And we'll have some full coverage Fridays. We'll see. Alright. That's me. I'm done. I think that's everything. So, if you've been here, thank you very much. If you've enjoyed it, let me know. Let me know what you've been working on while you've been watching this. And hopefully I will see you all again next time, if not before. Alright. See you later. Editing Days here. This video has forced me to edit. I am officially editing my videos because I sort of forgot the main thing that I worked on this month. Okay, maybe not the main thing, but something I worked on a lot, especially towards the end of the month. Pod came back out, and I jumped out of the whip pile while I was filming, so I just had to film this in post and add it. So I got a really significant bit of progress on Pod this month. I know everybody loves Pod. I couldn't leave him out. I was I must go back. I must tell the people about Pod. So, oh my days, I feel so silly. I got this from 47.09% to 54.5%. And I finished a page. I finished a whole big 80 by 100 page of Pod. It was about 1/3 to 1/2 done, like sort of amount, and I whizzed along and finished him off. And I literally finished stitching on him last night, so I don't know how he escaped my my video, but there he is. There's the update on Pod. I hope you really enjoyed this extra segment. This is what you get. You hang around to the end of the video, you might get a little treat. That's how I'm gonna frame this. Alright. Goodbye for actuals this time. See you next time.